everybody. It's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Did you have did you all have a good day off today? I was off work today. You all know I went out of town real quick little ATL trip. So I got back. I was behind 3 episodes of Celebrity Big Brother. So that's what I did today. I folded up a little bit of laundry and I caught up on Celebrity Big Brother. And as usual, I was entertained. I was entertained. Like, of course, it's your birthday, Miguel. Happy birthday. If I was any kind of a singer, I would do a little something, something for you. A little something, something. But you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. And I spent many years in the gospel choir and I grew up singing in church and stuff like that, but I am not a singer anymore. But yeah, everybody show Miguel some birthday love in the chat. Happy birthday. Did you have the day off? Did you get a holiday for your birthday as well? That would be amazing. But no, I caught up on Celebrity Big Brother. I was entertained. I'm not even too mad at the people who went home. The one thing I was mad about is Julie didn't really stick it to Carson like I thought she was. Like, I didn't want her to really roast Carson, but I really wanted Julie to really let Carson know, like, you kind of played yourself for a fool, you and Cynthia. But let's just jump right into it because I know I'm a couple of episodes behind. I started off with the episode where Carson and he was on the block with who? Y'all, I ain't take notes. I took notes for all the other shows but Celebrity Big Brother. I want to say Carson was on the block with Lamar because Todd Bridges was HOH. The one running theme throughout that whole episode was, let's try to convince them to vote out Lamar and keep me. We could try to make a final four. And I'm like, Cynthia and Carson, y'all not about to make no final four with Misha and Todrick. If they really, really wanted to be safe this week, they would have went to Todd. They would have put in Todd Bridges' ear before the end of the veto ceremony that Misha and Todrick are a problem. You need to split them up. I don't care if you're working with them. You should come over here and work with us because Cynthia can't win shit, so you could definitely be Cynthia. I mean, it is so hilarious to me how they silently disrespect Cynthia in her game every episode. Like, Cynthia was the one who ran up on Todd Bridges, was like, and another thing, and fuck you, fuck your mama too. I'm trying not to curse, but they was cursing. So Cynthia did all that to Todd Bridges, and now it's his time to get revenge, and she not sitting on the block. Then in the next episode, when Todrick is HOH, he don't even put Cynthia on the block. No one is thinking like, well, if Cynthia wins the veto, she could save Carson. If Cynthia wins the veto, she could pull down Lamar or Todd Bridges. And then I have to put Misha up. Like, nobody is worried about Cynthia winning Nan veto. Like, girl, you safe. You gonna be sitting in the final two. And as long as you shut your mouth and don't mess with nobody, you might can win the game if it's a better jury. So it's just hilarious to me how they disrespect Cynthia. But then Carson and Cynthia, they go up to Misha and was like, well, we like to have gone ahead and honor this final four if you stood down. And Misha was like, look, I'm already in the final four with them over there. So no. And I appreciate, like, you all, what makes this season so entertaining to me is that they're doing everything so wrong. Like, so they don't know how to tell a lie softly. You know how on Big Brother you're supposed to lie. You're not supposed to just be like, I'm already in the final four over here, so it ain't nothing I can really do to you. I know you saved us last week, but forget all that. I can't do nothing for you this week. Like, these people don't know how to play the game, and that's what makes it so good for me. Like, everybody is saying everything wrong, doing everything ass backwards, and it's hilarious to me. Dabu, I was just talking to Inga in the comments this morning about how this season has such low expectations. And I was like, I'm going to give it one episode and, I might not review it, y'all. I don't know. And now I'm at the point where I have to watch every episode. Even if I miss it and I already know what's going to happen, I have to watch it. It's so good. At this point, it's Misha's game to lose. It's Cynthia and Lamar in the final two. If it's Misha and Todd, Drake, I wish they would have got rid of one of them Todds a long time ago. It is such a tongue twister to have to get my brain to say Todd or Todrick. Just have one Todd in the house. But yeah. If Todrick isn't there, if Misha is there, she wins. But if Todrick is there with anybody else outside of Misha, he has a good chance of winning, depending on if the jury is bitter or not. We don't know. Didn't Todd tell Lamar and Cynthia can't get anything right? He told Lamar Cynthia can't get anything right. They did say something like that, or like Cynthia can't win anything. They not worried about Cynthia. I can probably bet money that Cynthia will be dragged to the final two. She'll be dragged to the final two. And she either gonna win it if the jury is bitter, or Misha or Todrick will win it because the jury respects good gameplay. And I respect good gameplay either. And I think that's a little bit of what's not fair. Todrick is really one of the only people outside of, I believe, Shayna, who really knows the game of Big Brother. So he's manipulating the hell out of these people. And put it in the chat, y'all. Put it in the chat. Let me know if we're on the same page. I think Todrick is getting a bad rep for being a good player. Like, I'm not mad at Todrick for the move he made against Shayna. He wanted to stay in the game, and he wanted his number one, Misha, to stay in the game. I'm not mad at that move. I'm not mad at Todrick for lying and manipulating, and that's what we do any other season of Big Brother. Now, some of his off comments about Shayna's wardrobe, we saw the comment where he disrespected NSYNC's, what's his name, Kirkpatrick's, brought his child into the situation, and it wasn't that deep. And for me, put this in the chat too. Celebrity Big Brother is like, what do we call it in the NFL? Like, it's just All-Star Weekend. So I forgot do the NFL call it All-Star Weekend too? The Pro Bowl. I think it's the Pro Bowl. NBA is All-Star Weekend. Whatever. It reminds me of the Pro Bowl game where, yeah, we're honored to be selected in the Pro Bowl. That means we one of the best in our position in the NBA, NFL, whichever league it is, whatever. But when we get out here to play, we ain't trying to hurt nobody because we ain't really making no money over here. We just playing for fun, showing off our skills. We ain't trying to end your career. This is what Celebrity Big Brother puts me in the mind of. Like, it's a little Pro Bowl game. We playing for fun. So I guess some of the stuff Todrick is doing, it's like Todrick wants to win so bad. And I think it's because he's such a super fan that he doesn't understand this Pro Bowl. Like, we just here for shits and giggles. It's not that deep to throw somebody's child into it, But, Charles has to remind me all the time of all the things Todrick Hall is known for in the past. I don't know him for none of that stuff. And so I don't have that same Todrick is ruining his PR comeback. It's just like Todrick is playing the game, and I'm not mad at it. I really am not. But anyway, Carson takes his ass home. Now, did y'all see that veto competition? I'm one who I like to play at home. I like to play along. I was Lamar. When they was flip-flopping that emoji and doing all this and that. I said, and Misha talking about I'm laser focused. I need her to teach a class. And how do you laser focus? I mean, they were getting them right. I think Misha only missed one. A couple of people only missed two. Cynthia, this was your week when it was a eeny, meeny, miny, mo game. And you still ain't get it right, Cynthia. You could have been made the move of the season where you win the veto and pull Carson off the block. And they forced to put somebody else up there, Misha or Todrick. To me, this was anybody's veto to win. I felt like it was an easy throw to Cynthia to try to win, but let's get into the comments because we all know Carson went home. Julie gave him a little bit of light read. He kind of a little bit felt that he was wrong for what he did to Shayna. We all know if we on Twitter that he been on Twitter apologizing to Shayna. Shayna, don't. I forgot, this is the Pro Bowl game. Forgive him, Shayna, but look at him sideways, too. Since they don't understand the game, all Todrick's work may not matter as much as in a season where people know how to play the game or how the game is played. I agree. Since they don't understand how to play the game, they don't understand how to take the bitterness out of their jury votes. But it seems like, you know, they applaud Misha for all of her HOH wins, and you know they applaud people for their amount of competition wins, so that might mean something at the end. But I think since people are not in a jury house and they're allowed to go home and see what Todrick is saying, and like you said, Michelle, they don't understand the game, they're gonna be like, we ain't giving Todrick no $250,000. I've already heard people say Todd Bridges needs the money more than anybody else. So I don't know any spoilers. All I know is from this last episode. I don't know anything about the veto or none of that. So I don't know any spoilers, but I'm thinking Todd Bridges might be on his way out the door. But I've heard things of people saying he needs the money. I think I heard that Lamar wants to quit. Did you all hear that Lamar wants to quit so Todd Bridges can stay in the game? That's the best move, because if it's down to Todrick, Misha, Lamar, and Cynthia, we ain't even got to watch the episode Wednesday. Let's just go ahead and get to the final two and move on. Because what is Lamar and Cynthia getting ready to win? I don't know. I definitely agree with that. He has an amazing gameplay, but he just comes off as a bad person, pretty much, whole shame and Shayna and bringing up Chris's kid. But until tonight, if you're not a live feed watcher and if you're not one who follows Big Brother or Celebrity Big Brother on Twitter, you don't know that he slut shamed Shayna's outfits. And you don't know. I mean, they did show the part of Chris, and that was a bad look. Because I'm like, Todrick is not that deep. His ass is on the block. But I feel like production, you know, as we would say, the casuals, Todrick doesn't have a bad look as a casual watcher. You would really have to be into the live feeds to be like, oh, what is Todrick doing? But honestly, I hope he does win because he actually plays and enjoys the game. I agree. Of the people left as a Big Brother fan, I would be happy with a Todrick, Misha, or Todd Bridges win. Cynthia Lamar would be like Josh winning. We just voting for them because we don't like the other three. So I agree. And I'm one who I don't like bitter jury votes. I'd rather you be bitter at home, but vote for the game. I don't know. Well, it was the same thing with Ross and Celebrity Big Brother 1. I agree. Because he was the manipulator and he was on all sides of the house and the jury was, I agree. I agree with Celebrity Big Brother 1. I always thought Ross was the winner. And like I said, it's the Pro Bowl. They're going to be bitter and they're going to vote for the other person. Cynthia ain't done shit in all the comps. I agree. At least she looked pretty. I really enjoyed. Let's get past the Carson eviction episode. That middle episode, I want to say that was episode 12. It was kind of like a filler episode where they showed us flashbacks of the season, and we really got to know the final five and what they've been doing in the game. I really like that episode, and that's usually a throwaway episode for me. I usually throw that whole episode away. I don't care. I actually watched that whole hour. I enjoyed getting to know the quirkiness of Lamar Odom outside of him begging for another chance with Chloe. I enjoyed all of Lamar isms of the game. I enjoyed getting to see conversations with Cynthia and Carson. I really enjoyed that hour. And you know, we did get that messiness between Chris Kirkpatrick and Todrick. We got to see how bad Todd Bridges snores. To me, if you're married to somebody who snores, I'll tell a little bit of my business. My husband says that I snore. I don't think I do, but then I ain't never heard myself. But if you're married to somebody that snores, I think you get used to it. Like my husband likes to sleep with a blow dryer pointed to his face, and it's irritating because blow dryers are loud. And just throughout these past 7, I think we've been married 7 years. This year it'll be 8. Whatever. I've learned how to fall asleep with a blow dryer, with a blow dryer going, because I'm usually up later than my husband. So it's like things like that when you married to people who snore and have quirks with how they sleep. You just get used to it because you're going to fall asleep. If you sleepy enough, or you're going to go sleep in another room. And I think we just got used to it. Do you want to hear spoilers? Because I heard who won the veto. I think we've asked this question before. I don't think anybody cares about spoilers. So Miguel, go ahead and tell me who won the veto. If it wasn't Cynthia, it really don't matter. Because Cynthia is the only one to get Todrick is HOH, is the only one who can get Misha on the block. If anybody else wins the veto, even if Lamar or Todd won the veto, Cynthia just going up there and one of them going home. So let me know if it was Cynthia in the chat or not, because that's all that really matters. I believe it's a live episode and a live double eviction tomorrow. Double evictions are usually quick, wit, HOH, and what am I thinking of? Veto. The competitions are usually quick because they're live. Y'all think Cynthia got a chance? Y'all think Cynthia got a chance at winning that double? I know in the final 3, Cynthia ain't memorized no numbers, no days, none of that. Double your team, Misha. I'm not mad if Misha wins. I really don't dislike anybody. I really don't. I really don't. So I'm cool if Misha was to win the season. Let me tell you, the best part of that one episode was watching how Misha works out and how committed she is and how she got to lose 17 pounds. That's a lot of weight when she looks like she's already all muscle. I would love to know how she gonna lose these 17 pounds. Girl, put it on the Twitter or something so I could try it. You know, because that's a lot. I think Lamar didn't know the stuff with that right there, and he wouldn't have said that about Chloe. That right there, Michelle, when Lamar was like, what's up with all these mirrors? And they're like, those are cameras. And he was like, that's a little bit too much. That's a little bitty too many cameras. Lamar does not, they didn't explain none of this stuff to Lamar. He going in the diary room thinking it's just a personal vent session where he could say and do whatever he want, and they not putting the diary room on TV. As the Southerners would say, just bless his heart. Just bless his heart. Yes, Charles, it's weird. It's very weird. He ain't gonna never watch this, so I could put his business in the street. We sleep with a ceiling fan, and then I have a personal fan on my side of the bed because that blow dryer could get hot. But yes, for whatever reason, he likes hot air on his face, but everything else to be cool. I don't know why. It's the strangest thing to me. But I just got used to it. It's very strange. Thank you, Andrew. It's coming on tonight, Charles. Double eviction. Okay. Well, I guess I got a lot of lives to do, but I'm gonna DVR it, so I'm gonna watch it. I can't wait to see. Let me see what Miguel said. He got the spoilers. Okay. Todd won the veto, and Lamar is most likely going home. But didn't Lamar want to go home? I heard in the Twitter streets, it sounded like Lamar was like, "I'm ready to go home." He probably, once he learned about all them cameras in the diary room, he probably thought about all the foolishness he did and was like, "Okay, that's enough." I really like Lamar. I like seeing this part of his personality. I already knew his story about his daughter, not his daughter, his son that passed away. And I knew his story just because when Lamar married Chloe, however many years ago, I was watching the Kardashians and stuff back then. They hadn't got on my last nerve yet. So I knew Lamar's story, but I'm happy more people are getting to know that softer side of Lamar and just kind of, instead of just looking at him like he overdosed at the Bunny Ranch and, you know, had all those strokes and heart attacks and was on death's bed. Like, I'm happy they know when you kind of get to know people and maybe some of the pain that they harbor inside, it makes you understanding. Like, everybody has a story. No one is just want to ruin their life to ruin it. Everyone has a story, and not everyone can deal with tragedy the same. So, I agree. Like Michelle, I I feel sorry for him, but I just like that they showed a different side of him, and he's just not always the butt of a joke. Because that Chloe shit was working my last nerve. Um, okay. Oh yes, I love that segment of Lamar trying to turn the stove on. It did look like a complicated stove. Like, my stove is electric, but I ain't got to push buttons on it. It ain't that smart. We still twist it at the top and let the little eye come on. But you know, 9 Eastern. So it come on at 8. So I got time to do all my lives. Okay, because y'all know after Big Brother, I'm gonna do Ready to Love at 7. And I'm gonna do the Love and Marriage Huntsville trailer at 7:30. So I'm gonna be right on time for Big Brother. And y'all know I'm gonna be tweeting about it. I can't wait to tweet about it. But let's get into the episode. What else did y'all like about that? What do we call it? Get to know you, flashback. I don't know what they call that episode, but it was kind of a waste of an episode. We saw Misha's training. Let's just get into Todrick and his HOH. So the HOH competition, this is where Charles texted me out of nowhere and was like, Cynthia don't never win shit. And I was like, what? He's like, she the first one out. And this is where I was kind of sad because Lamar, he knew the answer was the cameras because he had admired that camera picture for so long. But he questioned himself, and he was the last one to the yard, so he got eliminated. And then, of course, Todd won the HOH. So Todd Bridges' story. Now, see, I don't remember Todd Bridges' story. Oh, yeah, he was talking about going to space, and they was talking about believing in aliens. And I didn't like how Todrick shitted on his dream. Like, you ain't never gonna go to space, no way. I'm like, you don't know this man come up. One of them billionaires might be like, here go a ticket. You know, you don't know. Don't ever shoot down nobody's dream. Todd, if you want to go to space, go on. I don't want to go. Just tell me about it, you know. But anyway, this one piece of hair is flipping out of the style and it's driving me crazy. It won't lay straight. But anyway, so let's talk about now that Todrick is HOH. Now Todd Bridges, Lamar, and Cynthia want to work together. And I'm like, Todd, your opportunity was when Carson was in the game, because at least Carson could win something. But you wanting to align with Lamar and Cynthia is like aligning with yourself. You still out there doing it for yourself. So I was just like, and then I was looking at Twitter and everyone was like, oh, we should have got rid of Misha when we had the chance. We made a mistake. We could have always got rid of Shayna later. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know, hindsight is always 2020. You know, all that good shit people saying. Who cares? Let's just move on. Let's just get to the part I want to talk about, and then we could have a good time in the chat. We already know it's going to be Lamar and Ty Bridges on the block. They do a lot of talking, but for nothing. Because what's the point of putting Cynthia on the block? And then Cynthia had the nerve to want to know, well, why I can't go on the block? Like, bitch, you not. Stop calling people a bitch, Angie. Cynthia, you're not going on the block because no one is scared of you. You are not a threat. You aren't going to win anything. You're not about to pull nobody off the block. So why rattle your feathers? Now, at least Cynthia was smart enough to know, well, people just want me off the block because they want to work with me. But girl, they really just want your vote for whenever they do decide to send you to the jury. It is a mess. Todrick does his best RuPaul's Drag Race sewing challenge where he done sewed a blanket to the back of a robe to give his robe a huge train. I've never in my life seen Crocs with heels on them. Did he make those or do they sell those in the store? They're ugly either way. Either way, I ain't like it. Then he creates some kind of crown out of rhinestones with his HOH key in the center. He has on some cute ass silver earrings. I actually like the silver earrings. For the most part, the theatrics of it all, they are real. The shoes are real. Crocs really makes Crocs with heels on them. Why? Why? Crocs are supposed one. I could be in the minority on this. Crocs are the ugliest shoes ever invented to me. I've never liked them. I always thought they were ugly. I don't care how comfortable they are. I don't like them. So for someone, to me, their biggest selling point is comfort. So if you put a stiletto on the end of a Croc, now they're not comfortable. Let's move on. It's Todrick and his money. I don't care nothing about what he spent his money on. For the theatrics of him coming down that steps, singing opera, I loved it. Now, the opera was a little bit flat or sharp to me. It was just a little bit off key. He should have just sang him a song. But, Michelle, you say they're ugly but comfortable. Okay, I agree. I was talking about the stilettos. Are the stiletto Crocs comfortable? Because it seems like it would be uncomfortable. Like, what's the point? Just put on some stilettos. Let me get that out my mind. But anyway, I thought he made the. I thought he put that whole outfit together. But the theatrics of coming down the stairs, calling people peasants, and winking his eye, like I loved all of it. It was just drama. It was definitely team too much, but I was entertained. And they were laughing and they were in with it. So, I liked it. I liked it. Get on the block. It's too many Todds in here. Only one Todd should be here. Charles, you said it was "You Are My Queen to Be." Yes, it sounds like from Coming to America where he was underneath that note because it was out of his range, but he had to get up there, but he just couldn't quite get on top of the note. That's what Todrick sound like. And side note to Todrick, no shade, but if you're supposed to be a singer, you should have sang something where you could hit your note. That opera stuff. I was like, I don't want to go see Todrick on tour and he gonna be hollering like this. I don't want to see that. But I'm sure Todrick has a fan base that will follow him any and everywhere else he goes. But from the way the game is shaped up to be set now, where we have a Lamar going home tonight, put it in the chat. That's going to leave us with Todrick, Todd, Misha, and Cynthia. Really just Todrick, Todd, and Misha. Who do we think is winning this HOH for the double? And who do we think, if that person, who we think wins the HOH, who do we want to be out the house? Now, I'm going to put my answer out here, then I want to see what y'all talking about in the chat. For HOH, since it's a double, that means Todd Drick cannot play. I would like to see Todd Bridges win HOH. For the sheer purpose, I need him to be in the final 3 HOH competition. Because the Cynthia's there, it's going to be a boring finale night because Cynthia not winning nothing. I want Todd Bridges to win the HOH. He's going to nominate Misha or Todrick. They're going to be on the block. For game entertainment, I need Todd Bridges to have the best Big Brother night ever tonight. I'm putting it in the atmosphere for you, Todd. It ain't happened yet. It's a live show. Put it out there for you. I need you to get an HOH and a veto. I need you to get the HOH and the veto so your nominations can stay the same. Cynthia, who will Cynthia vote out if she's the lone only vote? Is Cynthia going to cook out it all and vote out Misha? Or is she going to be over Todrick and vote out Todrick? What y'all got? That's my hope. For me, I just need Todd Bridges to have the best BB Celebrity Big Brother night of his life. I need him to win them both. He has to win them both. Because if he doesn't win the veto as well, Misha or Todrick just gonna vote out Cynthia. Let's think about this. If Misha wins the veto, Misha will win and vote out Cynthia. I think Todrick will pull the trigger on Misha. I think if Todrick won the veto, he wouldn't vote out Cynthia. I think he would vote out Misha and call it a game move and, try to explain it and, it's the game. And I would respect that. Let's look at this first and then let's analyze because I want to get into what we think gonna happen tonight. No shade, but I thought Todrick sang cover music. Does he? I don't know anything about what Todrick sings. I'm not familiar. I don't want to say not a fan of. I'm not familiar with his music. I only know him as a dancer who choreographed on RuPaul's Drag Race. I didn't even know he was a singer. But let's move on. Miguel, you putting a lot of energy out there, ain't you, Miguel? Watch Cynthia win final HOH like Marissa and take out Misha and Todrick. Whew. You putting a lot on Cynthia. She ain't. We see, okay, Michelle wants Todd to win. And Michelle, like me, I can't imagine Cynthia doing that. I can't. Can you imagine Cynthia actually knowing what day something happened? Does Cynthia even know what day it is now? I can't imagine Cynthia being good at that final HOH stuff. I think she'll vote out Misha. I don't know. Misha's going to win HOH. Then it's boring. Because the only way, if Misha wins HOH, then Todd has to win the veto. I don't want Misha to win. I want to see some excitement. She'll vote for her friend Todrick to stay. I know Misha will vote for Todrick to stay, but will Todrick vote for Misha to stay if he wins a veto. You all think Misha will win HOH? She's been very consistent. I mean, I don't know because I guess because Misha is good at the smart one. She was the one to focus on them helicopters and stuff. I just want to see Misha and Todrick sweat on the block tonight. I don't want to see cocky Misha and Todrick tonight. Like we saving. I know I ain't going on the block and as long. I don't want to see that. I want to see them sweat a little bit. Let's see. I mean, he was willing to risk her going home against Shayna. Was he? I don't know. Now, Zuda, you done came out of left field. You want Todrick to win both competitions. The only way that would be good if Todrick, but see, Todrick can't play, so it don't even matter. That's not even up for debate. Todrick can't even play in the HOH tonight. I feel him and Misha are the only two who played from the beginning, so I would like to see one of those two win. Yeah, but I really don't care who wins. I just want to be entertained. Because ain't nobody been doing shit right this whole game. I just want to be entertained. If it's a memory competition, Todrick 100% got it. It'll probably be memory Wednesday when we get to the final 3. But tonight it's probably going to be, if I can think of double eviction HOHs, it's something that can be done fast. So it'll be something kind of like that flip-floppy emoji thing they did for veto. It might be something where somebody will come and tell a story and they have to answer, true, false. It'll probably be something true, false. It might be something that, where they show a movie in the house and then it's true, false. It'll probably be something really quick like that, which again, that has been Misha's strong suit, but it's also Todd's strong suit. So I think it'll probably be a Misha or Todd Bridges HOH. The veto is also something that's really quick. It's usually something dumb. If it's physical, they'll usually have to run back and forth in like clown shoes and try to dig some mysterious thing out of a ball pit, or it'll be another true false thing. So whatever the competitions are, they're going to be quick because this live TV, we ain't got time. It's live. Todrick double-crossing Misha would be a good game move, but everyone will see it as screwing his number one on top of Shayna and on top of NSYNC. I agree. But does Todrick know that? I don't think... See, Todrick is playing this game where he thinks he's going to make it to the final 2 and explain all these game moves and be like, oh, well, I was supposed to outplay you. I was supposed to... Like, Todrick is going to get to the final 2 if he gets to the final 2. And try to explain this like this is a regular season of Big Brother and nobody's going to care. They are going to look at it like he never had anybody back. So Todrick would shoot himself in the foot if he voted out Misha. But I would like to see him do it. I don't know if he knows his best way of winning is to be with Misha. I don't know. Misha seems good at everything to me, Michelle. Memory and physical. Misha is, yeah. It feels like they might do that ball pit one. Yes. I like the ball pit one because all of this stuff is up to chance. How Cynthia can dig her ass in a ball pit and pull out 2 keys and win a veto. Right. They usually do that for power of vetoes, Zuda. So it's a toss-up. Hell, Cynthia could turn around and guess true, false and get it right. Who knows? So can you all imagine? Well, I would have loved to see a Cynthia HOH earlier in the game. Like right now, the only 2 people Cynthia could put up is Todrick and Misha. And then it means nothing because the only thing that matters is who wins veto tonight. So Cynthia being HOH tonight, just really Cynthia winning HOH tonight is the worst thing because I don't want Cynthia in the final three. I don't want nobody dragging Cynthia to the final three. I mean, if she isn't walking like she always does. Cynthia was a cute find. I feel like they wanted a housewife from Atlanta and they couldn't get Nene. So they said Cynthia ain't doing nothing and she probably need a check. Let's call her up. And of course she want to be on TV, so she said okay. Like I feel like Cynthia is trying to re-audition for another. Maybe they can let Cynthia go out to Beverly Hills. Does her husband live in Beverly Hills? I think Beverly Hills Housewives would be a better fit for Cynthia because they don't cut as deep as Atlanta. I don't know, child, but I'm over Cynthia on my TV screen. My eyeball is itching. I'm sorry. But I didn't know it came on tonight. Thanks for reminding me. I guess we're going to go live again tomorrow to discuss what we see tonight and a really deep dive into the final three. That'll be exciting. That'll be fun. Put it in the chat if there's anything else y'all want to talk about Celebrity Big Brother. If not, I'm going to end this. I'll be right back in 15 minutes to go over Ready to Love, and then we'll get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. And then we're going to try to end these lives on time so we can go ahead and get into Big Brother tonight. Have you all, just a side note, I know a lot of y'all watch Love is Blind. I can't get past episode 6. You know, they just put the second set of 4 episodes out there, and they're starting to meet the parents and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is boring because these parents aren't being real. My son cannot go on a dating show where he met somebody in a telephone booth and then come bring them to my house and talk about, oh, we getting married in 2 weeks. I'm going to have a lot of questions, comments, and concerns. And I ain't going to be like, oh, hey, welcome to the family. Oh, this is so exciting. Do you really love them? I can't wait. Like, to me, that's fake shit. And I just can't get past episode 6. I guess I just got to suffer through it. And we'll talk about it tomorrow because I did promise everyone Love is Blind to be up tomorrow. Yes. Look at you, Charles. You couldn't do nothing about it, though. I don't have to be able to do nothing about it to say something about it. I mean, at least say something about it. I don't want to be that type of mother-in-law. I don't want to be the hated mother-in-law. But I do want to put my opinion out there. Say what I got to say. Nothing much I have for the season, but I hope you have a great night, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, you'll see me tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. Miguel, I hope you have a great birthday night, the rest of the night, and I hope to see you back tomorrow. Happy birthday again. If you came in late, it's Miguel's birthday. Give him a birthday shout out in the chat. These people just want fame and followers. Don't they all? Charles, she could say, don't come into my house. I wouldn't be that mean, Michelle, because see, I don't want to ever be that mean mother-in-law where you put your child in the position of having to choose between you or they so-called TV fiance. I don't want to do that, but I'm going to say my 2 cents. I'm definitely going to always have something to say. I don't know. It just seemed fake to me. You ever watch The Bachelor? No. I could never, ever get into that show. Even The Bachelorette, even when they tried to put black people on it, I could not get into it. But I would rather if somebody get married off The Bachelor than Love is Blind. I don't know. The concept of the show It's strange to me. Now, mind you, we still have two couples that are very married, the Hamiltons and the Barnetts. Mm, the, the Barnetts, I believe, because any man who will sell his house to pay off your student loans when you could have called down there and got you a little payment arrangement, he loves you. He loves you. The Hamiltons still seem like we here to smile and make TV so we can keep getting some hosting gigs and side jobs. The chemistry still ain't there for me for the Hamiltons, but I ain't in a bedroom, I ain't in a house, I don't know. Cameron is still fine as hell. He the sexiest nerd I've ever seen on this planet. Oh girl, what's her name? I remember the husband name. Cameron. I done forgot the wife's name. But girl, you did good. You picked good. But anyway, TV fiance says it all. My mom said we coming to Memphis to hang out and turn up with you. Okay, Charles, just let me know when. You know I'm always down for a turn up and a turn out. I'll look on the calendar and see what's going on in the city and see what we could do, what fun places we could go. I'm always down for a turn up. Yes. Especially if it's the weekend. I don't turn up too much during the week. But if it's the weekend, ready, set, go. Go. We'll talk about that more offline. But that's it, you all. I got 10 minutes. I need to go run downstairs and give the dog some food before he start barking on my next live. And if you're into Ready to Love and Marriage Huntsville, I see y'all in 10 minutes. So go ahead, like this video if you haven't liked it already. Get in the comments if you're on the rewatch. Let me know what you thought about Big Brother. We will be back tomorrow night to see who made it to the final 3 and to discuss strategy from there. That's it. See you all later. Bye.